like a star in the sky. I'm okay. I wanna take a breath. I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. I wanna hold your hand. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. You make me high. Oh yeah. You're by my side, baby. Only you can save me. Only you can save me. I how to touch of love, my mind like a bottle of wine. I'm insane. I come love you and drive me wild when I kiss you at night. I'm okay. I wanna take a breath. I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. Falling in love. I wanna hold your hand. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. You make me high. Oh yeah. You're by my side, baby. Only you can save me. Only you can save
Hello Leo, this is Inspire 2016 with your monthly reading for the month of April 2017, focusing on your career and work life. I hope that you have a good month so far for the month of March. So as always, we already pre-shuffled the card for you prior to the reading. So let's see what is in store for you for the month of April 2017. So the first card for you, representing the present positions of your career life. Towards the beginning of the month, you have the Nine of Spades. So it looks like in the beginning of the month, you are feeling afraid of, or maybe you have some kind of sleepless night in some way, and you are feeling worried about your career or your job in some way. For some reason, you cannot get away with any kind of, let's say, problem in your career life. I sense that these kind of things, like if you have been like having a lot of different problem or conflict in your job, then it will haunt you back when you don't feel having enough or having like emotional stability, as well as something that can give you like help in some way. So this card indicates clearly that you may feeling a little bit afraid or a little bit worried about your job. Either way, let's say if you may be able to sustain with your current employments, or maybe your boss may not be satisfied with the performance that you have in your career life. That's why you are feeling worried of losing your job or something along those lines with this card. So let's see what is the next card for you. In the it's an influence card, or toward the middle of the month you have the Five of Hearts. So it looks like because of this like worry, you're worrying too much about what will happen and the negative thing that you may think it will happen and things like that. Towards the middle of the month you are feeling like lost about whatever it is in your career life. For instance, if you have been worrying about the job that you have may not be, let's say, sufficient enough, or maybe your boss doesn't really appreciate what you have done, and that is something like a loss for you, that you are not being appreciated enough in your career life. And towards the middle of the month, you are feeling unhappy with whatever happened in your life, especially in your career life. But the thing is, like, in the traditional tarot deck, this card is depicted as a man who are looking at the 3 cups that are still over, and they still have 2 cups in the back of him that are still upright. The message here is like you have to see the bright side of every negative thing that are happening in your life. Although this thing is not really the happiest thing that may happen in your career, but somehow you still have like family or friends that are supporting you in your career life. But believe this kind of changes or this kind of disappointment may be the sign for you to find a new job, for instance. That could also be the case. So let's see the next card for you, representing the past position. You have the Ace of Hearts. So actually there is not so much a negative thing in the past regarding to your career life. It looks like everything is happy and you don't really have a lot of burdens or a lot of mental problems or challenges from your career life, indicating by this card the Ace of Hearts. But somehow maybe this is something that only in your mind, so something that are not real, but somehow you are thinking about negative thing that will be happening in your life that may give you a negative impact as well. That's why you're feeling lost, whatever it is, whatever loss that you may have encountered in your career life. So believe that you have to keep on thinking positive instead of negative thing, so that more positive thing will come your way. So the next card for you, representing the things that you learned from the past, you have the 7 of Spades. So I think it looks like there is some kind of betrayal here. So it looks like from this card so far that you may have kind of betrayal from the past that you may learn from, let's say, when you've seen some of the people that are talking behind your back, gossiping you, maybe like throwing rumors or throwing things that are not true, for instance, that may give you a little bit of worry or sleepless night in some way, that are giving you a lot of trouble as well. But other than that, you may have to cut ties with some of the people in your workplace, for instance. That's why you're feeling lost here, because you may found out who is your best friend or who is the one that's supporting you or who is not. And something that you may also encounter here, that you may finally know which people or who is the one that are really in your best interest and who are not. So the next card for you, representing the things that you need to let go from the past, you have the 8 of Clubs. So it looks like this card indicating that in the past there were a lot of fast movement or rapid development in your career life from this card. But those kind of support may no longer there for you in the month of April. So it looks like the rapid development that may happen in your career life may no longer there anymore, but don't worry about that, because you still have a lot of support from the people that still in your best interest. They are wanting to helping you as well. So the next card for you, representing the future position of your career life, you have the King of Hearts. So this King of Hearts indicating somebody from the water sign male, possibly people like somebody that are close to you, like husbands, or it could also be your parents, or it could possibly your boss. But I don't see a feeling of this king will be your boss. He might be your best friend, I would say. Because you see here there are a lot of different things happening here. We found out some of the things that are maybe related to your boss as well, like maybe your boss give like unfair decisions or unfair judgments towards you, like he gave a raise towards the other people that are not deserving to get a raise, for instance, instead of you, for instance, and that could also hurt your heart and you're feeling lost, that you don't feel appreciated in your career life. And this king actually is somebody that can give you a mental support and emotional support towards you and towards your happiness. So this king can be your partner, your husband, or your parents, or your best friend that can give you a lot of mental and emotional support. So the last card for you, representing the clarifying card at the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool card or the Joker card. So the traditional tarot deck would be the Fool card. It looks like there is a new beginning in your career life that may give you a little bit of release in some way, but it may not be happening in the beginning of the month, but it may be happening in the end of the month, towards the end of the month. Or this king could also be like your new employer. That could also be the case, because I don't sense anything related to your current employer that can be somebody that are giving you a lot of support, because you see that from the beginning of the month you're already feeling like negative about your career life, maybe regarding your boss as well. So I do sense that this king will be your new employer or your new HR manager or your new colleagues, for instance, from a new employment. So there is a new beginning here waiting for you towards the end of the month, possibly in the month of April. So to summarize the whole reading, it looks like in the past you have everything you need. You have quite an emotional balance here, but somehow there was some kind of betrayal, like disappointment or gossip behind your back. Then you finally found out, and you have some kind of this like sleepless night because you don't want to cut ties, or you have to cut ties with some of these people, and you're feeling lost as well because some of your friends or some of your colleagues are betraying you in some way. That's why there is some kind of rapid development that you maybe have to pause it as well. And there is towards the end of the month there is support from this King of Hearts towards your career. It can be your new employment, and there's a new beautiful beginning. So I hope that this reading is helpful, and if you like the reading, just click like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.